Peace and blessings. On the eve of such a great tragedy, first thing we want to do is right now say how our thoughts and our prayers go out to all of those who were affected by such senseless and tragic violence in Colorado. And I offer my prayers, my thoughts and prayers go out to all of those families affected by death and injury. And we just ask right now that the Creator grant them shalom and give them peace and comfort in this trying time. Now, with that being said, what we're going to do is look at the ritual that's involved with this Dark Night Rises killing. This has all the earmarkings of a ritual, much like the other rituals that you've seen many explanations for on YouTube, such as the 9/11 ritual. There's lots of symbolism and numerological significance latent all throughout this news story. Between last night and today, the news story has changed somewhat. However, we're going to go over some of the numbers that the mainstream media has given us today as the official numbers. And we're going to look past the official, and we're going to go down into the rabbit hole and look into the real meanings, the occult meanings behind what has happened on this, the greatest tragedy that they're now saying has happened in U.S. history involving the shooting. And once again, it's in Colorado, 19 miles away from Columbine. We're going to see how 19 figures prominently as one of the numerology symbols that we can find in this ritual event. But before we do that, first we want to step to you in love, in truth and righteousness. No fear, no paranoia, but truth, which sometimes hurts, but as the Master Teacher says, will at all times set us free. You will hear many theories. Test the Spirit by the Spirit, and if it is of God, you will know. The Most High, the Creator, will leave signs. Consequently, if it is of the Spirit of Lucifer, hidden in New Age occultic symbols, those who have ears to hear will hear, and those who have eyes to see will see. Real eyes will realize the real lies. So we're going to start off with some numbers that everyone's gotten familiar with today. Everyone has seen it's 12 killed and 59 wounded, the new official number. When I first began doing some research to try to see what was going on with these numbers and with this event and how it had all of the feel of another ritual killing, I did my research, and first it was saying 10 killed, and the number of wounded was steadily changing. But now we've come to this constant 12 killed and 59 wounded. So numerologically, we can break these two numbers down. We see a 12 and we see a 14. Adding the digits that comprise the number 59. 5 plus 9 equals 14. So the obvious visual of a 12, a blank, and 14 leaves one to logically conclude, or numerologically conclude, because we're talking about the occult here, that there is a 3 missing in this numerical sequence. 12, 13, 14. The 13 is missing. So in the occult, which is the religion of these so-called elite, 13 figures prominently among secret orders, oath takers who hide some esoteric form of Lucifer worship. So here is the 13 that's so-called missing. We will reveal this 13. Surrounding the last 2 Batman movies, if we count the death, the ritual death sacrifice of Heath Ledger, between these 2 movies, from the start of the Obama presidency to now what would be the closing of it, there have been 13 deaths. 12 on this great tragedy, and the one being the one that was done for the first Dark Knight, for the Dark Knight where Heath Ledger played the Joker. Well, I believe that was the second one. But because this is the third one. So yes, in the second Dark Knight, Heath Ledger was the sacrifice for that movie, and there was so much speculation surrounding his death, accolades given to him concerning how well he played the role of a psychopath. So here we see mind control as a constant theme in the Batman Dark Knight series. It's a very dark series, different than the other Batmans. We're not going to do too much on Batman itself and its significance to the occult. There are brothers and sisters who do a great job of that already. I suggest that you look them up. to get a significance of what the Batman and the Dark Knight series as a whole means to this whole Luciferian agenda. However, what we will do is look specifically at this event, an event that happened on the holy month of Ramadan, the first day of Ramadan, which also happens to be a new moon. Now, I'm not a Muslim. I like to say peace and blessings, shalom, assalamu alaikum, to all of my brothers and sisters that are Muslims all around this world. We all share the Abrahamic identity, and it is against the children of Abraham, the seed of Abraham, and those who worship the one true God that these events are perpetrated. And so we see yet again another example of this new Babylon making mockery or blasphemy of the Abrahamic tradition and doing such a terrible ritual on this day. So you have Ramadan, you have the new moon, and you have the cusp, the change of signs. We're leaving Cancer and going into Leo. Leo, the lion, is the devil represented as a lion. He's represented by many things to hide himself and to go in disguise and be in different parts of our lives. And one of the things that he's constantly using is the sun. And the sun represented as the mane of the lion, him as a lion. The mane around the lion is the aurora, or the rays of the sun. And this occurred in Aurora, 19 miles from Columbine. And like I said, we're going to get more in depth on other numbers, 19 being one of them, that we see popping up and cropping up around this event. It was a ritual event, and that's not to diminish at all the pain, the real-life pain that this has caused people. That's why the rituals are done, because these people know that this is real, and they believe it, whether you do or not. It doesn't matter. You're not evil enough to fathom some of the things that they have to do in order to sacrifice to their God, the God of their religion, the God of this world, Lucifer, the source of the light to secret societies and oath takers. Now, 12, the 12 killed also in this one single event. 12 is becoming more prominent in these last days and times, especially. This is symbolic of the final hour, the last days, the end of the old world order. The end of the old world order is now at hand. And to the secret keepers, the oath takers, this 12 represents the last hour of this old day, the final month, the Cinderella effect. And the clock is striking 12. In this year of years, we know is 2012. Also heaped in this 12 symbolism is the fervor behind December 21st, 2012. 12's all in that. Okay? And the numerology behind that, the occult or Kabbalistic meaning, of course, is the end of time as we know it, the end of these days, the end of days, if you will, and the beginning of their new world order, the Atlantis, the great work that they've been striving so hard and so wickedly to create in these last days. And we don't fear that, because no weapon formed against us will prosper. However, we're also told and advised by the prophets to be not ignorant in a small thing or great, and that our people will perish for lack of knowledge. So don't perish for that reason, brothers and sisters. Open your mind up, do some research, look around, and try to see what's going on concerning these so-called conspiracy theories. All right? That's quite oftentimes an unfair label. Okay? If you are looking up this subject already and you found us here on YouTube trying to find out some occult significance behind this senseless killing, I will make certain assumptions and presume that you are aware of the coming tribulations, the Illuminati, and the existence of mind control throughout the New Babylon society. So to avoid being redundant and in the interest of time, I will try to keep this brief and resist elaborating on subjects that are already well covered on YouTube, in depth, and suggest that you sincere truth seekers practice your due diligence and study for yourself to find yourself approved. If there are any missing gaps that you want to fill in for yourself, be welcome to go and do so. It's very easy to do in this information age. As this information is being poured out upon us, some will drown in this Aquarian age as this water comes down upon us faster and harder than ever before. But this water, this cleansing water of truth and of knowledge and information is what we have, especially those of us who are in the lower class levels of society, this Babylonian society. We just want to show and prove that we can still see through these Luciferian tricks. Much peace and much love to all of you out there. Shalom.